Just to keep you up to date, Tottenham's new stand now has its bright blue seats installed, and it's planned to open it officially when Nottingham Forest come here for the League Cup on Wednesday week. But elsewhere, the ground here at White Hart Lane is almost packed with an all-ticket crowd. They've waited in terrible conditions after a morning of absolutely torrential rain. And here's Ricky Villa, who scored the winner for Spurs at Wembley last May. He's had trouble with a hamstring for the bulk of this season, though. And injury has also been a problem for striker Mark Falco, ankle ligament trouble over, in fact, but he returns now to find that he's still top scorer with 9 goals. Arsenal, meanwhile, provide a first cup tie appearance for 17-year-old Stuart Robson, who made his first full league appearance at right back against West Ham last month. And behind him, well, the one and only Pat Jennings. Some 13 seasons, a Tottenham favourite. He moved to Arsenal in 1977. The teams then, Spurs with Villa and Falco back, and now with Paul Miller preferred in the back four to Paul Price, and Mike Hazard named as the Spurs substitute. Arsenal, meanwhile, delighted that a troublesome injury to Graham Rix has cleared up this week. He'll no doubt continue in his recent free attacking role, and Arsenal substitute is another striker, Raphael Mead. The referee today, it's Neil Midgley from Lancashire. And in the crowd, a couple of dozen children from Dr. Bernardo's, who are guests here today of the big match. We invited them to the Spurs-Liverpool game before Christmas as a holiday treat. That was called off. We all hope that they have a great day here with us now. And what a heartwarming start for Pat Jennings in the Arsenal goal, getting a tremendous round of applause from Spurs fans behind that goal. Well, he always was a great favourite here. And now we come to the kickoff, and Arsenal attacking the goal to our left in the dark shirts with white sleeves. It's amazing to think that it's the first time these two great old rivals have met in the FA Cup here at White Hart Lane. In fact, they've only ever been drawn together once in the FA Cup, and that was at Highbury in 1949 when Arsenal won 3-0. Spurs in white shirts, and getting a throw on that left-hand side. Terry Neal, the Arsenal manager in the centre, of course, had a couple of years as manager here at Tottenham. Perryman. Early cross, maybe? No. I'll take on Davis instead. Now finds Ardiles. Crowd lifting themselves as Ardiles gets his little run going, but Sanson in the end was able to stop him. A mistake by Davis, and a shot by Crooks, saved by Jennings. And Paul Davis, with an error inside his own penalty area, very nearly costing Arsenal a goal. That's Chris White, but it was Paul Davis who so nearly cost Arsenal dear. But Crooks' shot saved by Jennings. His heart was beating a little faster a moment ago. Sunderland, Nicholas, Miller, holding off Alan Sunderland, finding Ardiles. Ricky Villa. Galvin's made a great break down the left for him. Crooks is up alongside him as well. Garth Crooks with against the Arsenal crossbar, a tremendous shot. Arsenal backing away and backing away, and Crooks nearly made them pay the supreme price. Chris White with an acrobatic overhead, and it's all hands to the pump for the moment for Arsenal. They get a free kick now, though. What a tremendous shot by Garth Crooks as Arsenal backed away from him. Jennings beaten, but not the crossbar. Sunderland just turning it on. This might come for Davis. No, Perryman was there first. The challenge was strong, but Perryman was on his feet again quickly, and the referee calling Paul Davis to him. It was a rash rather than a malicious tackle, and the young man being told to calm it down a little bit. It was noticeable, though, how quickly Perryman was on his feet. It looked a terrible challenge, but he's a hardy fellow, and here he is now, number 6 on the ball again. Hoddle. It's a good, promising start, this, for Tottenham. And a lovely ball from Hoddle, who really looks to be on song. Perryman. Villa. Ardiles lost himself a little bit, but found his compatriot Hoddle, who seems to be able to find anybody with ease at the moment. Ardiles, Crooks, and a shot. Oh, a terrible mistake by Jennings. Can't believe it. Crooks can't believe it either. And you can be sure Pat Jennings can't. He puts his hands out. How on earth did that happen? The old Tottenham favourite holds his head in his hands as Crooks shot. Well, look at that. Through those gloved hands, gently reaching the back of the neck, but only just. And Spurs go into the lead with probably the most astonishing goal that Pat Jennings has ever had scored against him. Just can't believe it. Well, you need to look at it again just to believe it. Poor old Pat. Waiting for a bit of support to come alongside him. Sunderland certainly very active up front, and Sunderland trying to get away from Miller. He was held back by Miller and lashed out with his feet as he tried to get by. 6 of one, a half a dozen of the other without any doubt at all. Miller, the first offender, bodily pulling Sunderland back. And Sunderland wasn't very wise in lashing out. And Neil Midgley really having strong words for the Arsenal striker. So what the referee may not have seen was the part that Paul Miller played in it just a moment before. Although maybe he did, because he gave a free kick to Arsenal. A bit of shoving and barging going into that wall. David O'Leary, normally the mildest of men, getting on the wrong side of Ricky Villa. And the referee now sorting that one out. Now Hoddle, rather Hollins behind this. And Ricks also. Ricks more likely to curl it. Hollins more likely to blast it. And the two men in the wall there might just be dummies who jump out of the way and allow Hollins to drive it. In fact, he drove it straight at the Tottenham players. Sunderland, a little ducking header there on for Graham Ricks into that favoured left foot. Ricks claims to hit the arm of the Spurs defender. The referee didn't want to know. And Hoddle now trying to get Crooks on his way again. Can this be number 2? It must be for Crooks. No, he can't quite make it. Bad luck for him. A tremendous breakthrough. And he's lifted it over Pat Jennings. It looked for a moment as though the angle might be just right for him to add the last formal touch. It wasn't to be. What a ball again from Hoddle. And Crooks, who has looked so sharp and piercing in every run he's made, but that time the agony as well. Now Paul Davis, possibly a chance for Arsenal to break away right on the stroke of half-time, but Davis misjudged his pass, and here are Spurs with Hoddle. For Crooks. Oh, against the post! That's twice he's hit the woodwork in this first half, as well as scoring. And if that had gone in, that might well have been the end for Arsenal right on the stroke of half-time. Could hardly have been closer. Crooks, having beaten Jennings, hits the post, back across the 6-yard area, and Jennings does it with glee. No foul. Hoddle there. His pass finding Villa. Trying to work it to this side to pick up Hughton. It's got Galvin here now. So Galvin going all the way, using his strength well, and Hollins brings him down, looks apprehensively for a moment there towards the linesman and the referee. Although the crowd were howling for a penalty, neither of the officials gave any indication that was what was in their mind. Falco. That's Talbot. Now Hollins. Little look up to see what's available, and in fairness, there wasn't much on for him. But here's Sunderland making a good run from the back for Arsenal, and a chance for Alan Sunderland. And Spurs, for a moment, were caught wide open at the back as Sunderland, Davis and Ricks were all charging in there. And I thought for a moment the ball had fallen for Sunderland. At that moment there, but it just went away, and Spurs scrambled it clear. The certainly that close shave was enough to inspire Arsenal fans, and in turn to get the Spurs fans behind their team, as Falco finds Galvin. And a free kick given against John Hollins and Arsenal to Tottenham. It'll be Ardiles with it. Throw one deep towards Falco. Well, Falco's great gift of being where it matters on the end of goal-scoring possibilities was almost shown to good effect there. A good floated free kick from Ardiles. And look how close. Hollins with the throw. Sunderland. Ardiles, Hoddle, a right foot shot perhaps. Just over. Reining in their shots from long range whenever it's possible, Tottenham. And Arsenal still at the moment cannot find a really worthwhile challenging attack. Hoddle just too high there. Hobson getting the better of Hoddle. Now taking on Ardiles. Ball falling for Sunderland. Talbot was in there too. And a foul given against Roberts for his challenge on Brian Talbot. And Arsenal now get a free kick about 28, 29, 30 yards out. Again, they're left with a choice, maybe of Crooks trying something fancy and Hollins trying something a little more direct. Hollins runs over it, Ricks curls it, and Clemence forced to save it. That would have just crept in by the far post. But obviously the Tottenham wall had been lined up well. Clemence knew the area that he had to look after. And it wasn't that difficult to save in the end. Played wide for Hughton, but I think he might just keep it in. Yes, he has. Yes, he has. And he might well be rewarded because he's got a few up there, including Crooks. He's not away yet. Jennings doing his best, battling outside the box, and Jennings is down injured. Now what happens? As Crooks turns it in, Arsenal want to get it away and surely want to get it out of play. It's not out of play yet. Jennings is still down. It's in Spurs' interest to keep the ball in play. Arsenal must try and keep it out, but now the referee has decided that's enough of that. The whistle has gone and Jennings can get some treatment. Well, Pat Jennings had come storming out of his goal here after Garth Crooks. There he went, not content with that, he went again, and that's where he seemed to injure himself, and suddenly Arsenal were in terrible trouble. They got this on away, but the goal is basically unattended. And there's a stretcher for Pat Jennings. That's a desperate sight for one of the game's pros and one of the most friendly of characters, who's had a nightmare here today after that shot from Garth Crooks slipped through his hands, and now as he tried to challenge Crooks outside the area, he gets himself injured, and suddenly Arsenal have a mighty problem. A goal down, a goalkeeper off, and a substitute about to come on, and it's Nicholas who is going to go into goal. Cup tie against Spurs with Pat Jennings in obviously a lot of pain, hobbling out of this game and getting a tremendous round of applause, it has to be said, from the Arsenal fans. You look at them behind that goal, that's the measure of the respect they have for the man. Maybe his mistake will cost him a cup tie. Maybe they also remember the many games that he's won for them with some brilliant people. It's all Spurs now. Hughton leading by a goal to nil. Hoddle crossed in once more. Crooks! And the flag was up as Crooks, with a bullet header, in fact it never went into the goal. Well, that's an optical illusion for you. That's amazing from this angle. It looked as though it was nestling in the back of the goal. A few thousand Spurs fans thought so as well. But there you have it. The camera cannot lie. and Nicholas was not beaten. Ardiles. Galvin. Galvin still trying to curl one, and Nicholas saved it. Perryman. Sanson. Well, Ardiles got lost there. Ricks played it forward. Clemence quickly out of his goal. Not over yet. Now it is. Spurs have beaten their old rivals. The goal by Crooks in the first half that crept through the arms and the hands of Pat Jennings. The holders go through to round 4. Their supporters are jubilant, not only with a cup-tie victory, but against the oldest of enemies. Sporting gestures there from the Arsenal skipper David O'Leary and young Stuart Robson. The game played in a good spirit, by no means a classic, but for Tottenham, the best possible result. A nightmare for Pat Jennings. His mistake led to the only goal, and then finds himself carried off with what looked to be a thigh injury some 10 minutes from the end. Final score then at White Hart Lane in this third round FA Cup tie. It's Spurs 1, Arsenal 0.